Here we have a PlayStation 5. It was mailed to us because it doesn't turn on. We're going to show you what it does do. I'm plugging a power cord in and I hit the button. We get a single beep, no light. So I got to get it open so that we can diagnose it. What do you think of the dust? That's a impressive amount of dust. I'm going to blow it out. All right, here I have the motherboard out. And the first thing I'm going to do is start checking for blown fuses around the motherboard. All right, this one is marked F7003. And that one is good. Oop, sorry. Okay, this one, we can adjust the focus there. This one is marked F7502. This fuse is blown. So let's take a look right on this line. I'm going to switch my meter to diode mode. Red probe on ground, and we're going to go with the black right here. We have a dead short. We found that quickly, didn't we? Let's see here. Look at this cap has a chip in it. I'm going to inject voltage just to verify, but I would bet 20 bucks this is the bad guy between these three. All right, the spot I am looking is right here, and I'm zoomed out quite a bit because I want you to see my thermal camera. Let's pull up the thermal. All right, so I'm going to inject some voltage. So I'm going to ground the board. I'll do that right here. And I'm going to inject 1.5 volts right here, right at the blown fuse. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going to hold it right there. Well, that confirms it was the one that I visually saw was blown. Now, of course, I could blast, 500 degrees at the board right here. But I'm going to show you a different technique if you have 2 irons at your disposal. And it takes a little bit longer. I don't have good hot tweezers. And I'm thinking maybe I should buy some because I do like being able to remove a component from a motherboard without blasting a ton of heat everywhere. Look at that. I scraped the board a little bit, but that's okay. That is okay. Let me grab a little bit of alcohol. See how bad that scrape even is. Yeah, it's nothing. Okay. Now, I am going to reinstall the replacement with hot air. So I'm just going to prep this with a little bit of leaded solder so that I can do that without throwing as much hot air down. So there's some flux. Now, I will tell you, this will work without replacing the capacitor. There are 3 caps that are redundant. They're all installed in parallel. Usually caps that are in parallel are right next to each other, like these 2 over here. But these 3 are all touching this line and ground. And so they are in parallel. And if I have these 2 still working, it'll work without this one. But that being said, it's probably the most professional to go ahead and replace it. Let me find a donor. This is a different board, but I'll say it has the same spot. Yeah, see? The capacitors are going to be the same because this is still the F7502 area. And look, see, I've already pulled one off of here. And those caps are going to be the same value. So let's get busy with the hot air. This donor board, I don't care how much heat I blast at it because it's a parts board. I can look through my stereoscope, or I can look up at my screen to see it as you're seeing it, and I'm trying to make sure I don't cover what we're looking at here with the hot air. You can really see how much hot air I have to throw at this to get it to replace, and I'm at 480 degrees. There we go. All right, let's put that back on. I almost lost this cap. Look at where my tweezers are. I want to grab that a little better. These tweezers have seen better days, but they've seen me through so much, I can't let go of them. Okay, that is on. I'll just go ahead and put a little bit of flux and reheat it. Okay. What do you think of that? I would bet 50 bucks that that's all it needs. I would say most times, most times that you find a fault on a PS5, it's the only fault. Not every time. Sometimes there's multiple faults. But my experience... Oh. What am I doing? I gotta replace that fuse. This is what making a video does. It removes your focus. I'm not crazy, right? That cap is blown. Yeah. A lot of times you could actually see the blowout on them. This one looks intact. Okay, let's get this fuse off of here because we fixed what blew the fuse, but the fuse itself has to be replaced or it's still not going to work. Someone was ready to take me on that $50 bet and be like, nah, man, that shit ain't going to work without that blown fuse replaced. But I caught it. Okay, fuse off. Let me grab a replacement real quick. Damn it. I'm trying to reposition my grab on this. I want this flip over. All right. You gotta realize it's challenging to grab these tiny little components with tweezers. This is microscope work. Okay, installed. Let's make sure that the fuse has continuity. It does. Okay, good. Who wants to make the bet now? Yeah, I didn't think so. Just gonna clean up a little bit. Okay. I'll put the board back and we'll test it. Okay, so now we have the system partially assembled. I call this a minimum reassembly for testing. And that is so that I can verify that it works before putting it all back together. I'm gonna hit the power button. We have a light, and that's good. We're expecting to see something on the TV. Yes. All right. That concludes this repair. I'm going to put this back together so that I can invoice the customer out. If you'd like us to work on your PS5, go to our website. Our website is in the bio, but it's dvdgameexchange.com. You can book a repair right on the website for PS5 No Power. You don't have to send a custom request in for it. It's all set up to just order the repair. You send it in, we take it from there, fix it, invoice it, mail it back. Thanks for watching.